Hello, I'm Chef Robot. Today I'm going to show you how to make a nice beef steak dish with a few Mediterranean vegetables on the side. These are the ingredients I'm going to be using. So we've got some button mushrooms, 1 onion, 1 stick of celery, about half a leek, 1 red pepper, 4 cherry tomatoes, 2 potatoes, and I've aged some beef steaks. These are buffet steaks. I've aged them just for a few days. It's starting to go brown, but that's totally fine when you age it properly. So let's start and let's get cooking. I'm going to start off by marinating my steaks while I prepare these vegetables. I'm going to put salt, decent pinch of salt, and this is Cajun spice. So I basically spread both of these spices over my meat, and I'm just going to let that sit until these are all prepared so the flavors can soak into the meat. First of all, I'm going to peel and dice my potatoes, and then I'm going to put it into a pot with water and a pinch of salt. Cut them into chip-sized shapes, and then roughly dice and put in a pot. Then add a pinch of salt and put on the fire. I'm going to use these ingredients here to make a ratatouille style side dish to go with my steaks. I'm going to slice my peppers into thin strips. Cut lengthways in quarters and then take the seeds out. Just like that. Just like that. Cut them thin, similar to how you would expect on a stir fry. Next, we're going to slice our onion thinly. Peel the brown skin off. Cut them through the middle in half. Slice them and then dispose of the tips. Slice both halves thinly and you can get rid of the roots. The next one is 1 stick of celery. I'm going to peel the outer skin because they're a bit stringy, and then I'm going to dice them. So that's the outer skin, you can get rid of that. Cut that stick into 4 individual pieces and then dice it as you can see. What are you doing, Aya? Don't touch that, it's dangerous. And then I'm going to cut the leek into rings. So you don't have to slice in half, just slice through and have your nice rings. Just like that. Don't be afraid if the ring, if you do get like broken bits, it's totally fine. We're not serving food in a restaurant. We're just going to cut this bit off the mushroom, and the rest we're going to keep it as it is. Like that. The cherry tomatoes we're going to cut into quarters. These are quite big, so I'm going to get 6 pieces out of each tomato. Cut them in half. And cut them in about sizes that big. These tomatoes are from my own plant, which I've grown on my balcony, believe it or not. I'll show you the tree, if you can see it in the dark. There we go, we've got some green ones there. None ripened yet, there's a few more hidden inside the bush. 2 ingredients I forgot, which were garlic and chili. I'm going to take the seeds out of this chilies. and then I'll put that to the side. My potato is boiling up now. We're just going to test it if it's cooked. Fork out a piece from the pot and let's cut it in half. There was no resistance there, and the second test, it mashed through pretty simple. So now my potatoes are ready to be steamed. My potatoes are now ready to be drained in the colander. So I'm going to let my potatoes sit there steaming, so all the water can go out of it and it will help it become more light and fluffy. And I've kept the water as well, which will also help thicken my sauce to go in my vegetables. So you want to get your wok hot. Once it gets hot enough, we're going to add the extra virgin olive oil. I've added the oil and you can see it's already starting to smoke. So I'm going to go in and add my celery and onions. And add 2 tablespoons of salt to that as well. Once this is ready, all I'm looking for is just to sweat it, help break it down. I want to keep a bit of the crunch. It's ready now. I'm going to transfer that into this bowl. So I'm still using the same pan. I'm now going to add my red peppers straight in there. And then you put them in the pan like that. To help you, you can add a tiny bit of olive oil, but not too much. Once the peppers get a nice heat, I'm going to add the leeks now. The leeks now go in like that, and we sweat this off until nice and soft. So while this is cooking away, we're going to add 2 spoons of butter in this bowl. And 2 more butter. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mustard. I've chosen a lighter one. English one's a bit too strong. And then 2 teaspoons of coriander. And now fork it through until it's combined as one. So we put that in the fridge now. So the vegetables are ready now. They're going to go into my bowl with the onions. So now I put my last teaspoon of oil in there. And we'll chop my chili and garlic. Goes in like that. We're just going to quickly fry them. Try not to burn them. If you burn them, you have to start again. Once your garlic gets a bit of caramelization, so it starts going brown, that's when you chuck in your chopped tomatoes. Like that. And now you want to cook this quite vigorously for another 2 minutes. When your tomatoes start breaking down, we're going to add 2 spoons of tomato sauce, which I've already made in advance. So this is my own little version of bolognese sauce, which I've got ready. You can use your ready-made ragu. So this ready sweated vegetables you've got, you now add it to your tomato sauce, which has started to boil. Straight in like that and stir it. And let this slowly cook on low heat. So now we move on to the mash. So the potatoes I've just mashed up with a masher. I've got a spoon of butter and some milk. Get a pot on and add half the amount of that milk and your knob of butter. Let that come to a boil on low heat. I'm now going to add my mashed potatoes to my milk and butter mixture. You can use cream if you want to richen it up even more. And mix your potato through until it becomes combined and nice and fluffy. Now we have a nice creamy and buttery mashed potatoes ready to serve. Just put a lid on top so it doesn't lose its heat. Our vegetables are now ready and our mashed potatoes is now ready, so it only means it's time to start cooking our marinated steaks. I'm going to be doing the medium rare. So we're going to get a hot pan, a whisker of olive oil, and we're going to start cooking the mushrooms before the steak to get a bit of flavour in the pan. And also, once you get that nice colour on the mushrooms, you add the steaks. So we're going to turn around the steaks when you've got a nice colour on the bottom side. So that's about ready on the other side. I'm going to turn it around. You can turn around your mushrooms as well, so they don't burn. So it's been 2 minutes on the other side. We're going to do 2 minutes on this side. Now I'm going to sit the steaks on top of the mushrooms. Like that. And then turn the heat off now. I'm going to put a lid over it while I start plating up everything else. So I'm going to start off my plate on an oval dish. This is for 2 people to help themselves and take what they like. Just before I've plated up my mash, I've put some freshly ground pepper. I put my vegetables through the middle. Put my steaks on a board and I'm going to slice them at an angle. Like this. And then you put your mustard butter on top of your steaks. Your sauteed button mushrooms. And then we're going to get all the juice from the pot. And there you have your dish. Try it out yourself. It's not as hard as it looks. And I can assure you, it tastes bloody good. Thank you guys for watching. Please show your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos. And I hope you enjoy trying out my recipes. Bye bye.